Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and look, y'all need to understand what these people are saying. These East Asians, one from Japan, one from South Korea, they know the monster that lurks across the China Sea. They know what the CCP is capable of, and they're trying to warn us that there's only one man who is going to be capable of stopping them. But before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at Native Path, whose products, particularly their collagen peptides, can help to you leading a healthier lifestyle. But more on that later. Now, let's dive in.
Now, first of all, you're from Japan.
Yes, I'm from Japan.
Why President Trump for you?
Because, only Trump can bring peace to Japan and Korea. That's why we came here to support Trump.
Support Trump. And you talk about communism and the threat of China. Are you very concerned?
We are, American troops had protected our country, Korea, Japan. And many troops had died, sacrificed. But, now we think communism is going to invade America through the money or something like that. So Trump, if Trump became president, America will be protected from communism invasion. That's why we came here.
President Xi Jinping of China has stated boldly that he wants China to be the world power by the year 2049, which is right around the corner when you really think about it. Now, you are from Korea, and we were just talking, and you were letting me know that China is a bigger threat to you than North Korea.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Well, historically, that during the Korean War, under the help of the UN forces led by the United States, America, we almost, unified the Korean Peninsula. But then it was a Chinese Communist Party that came down and then made North Korea communism again. And we believe that if America falls, everywhere, the freedom everywhere will fall down. America is the last bastion for freedom. Exactly. If America falls, then there will be no freedom throughout the world. Korea will fall, Japan will fall, Taiwan will fall, everywhere.
Yes.
The world will be consumed by communism, just like what you said, that China will invade the whole world. We can't have that. We can't let Chinese destroy our values, destroy our freedom, our religion.
I'm grateful too. Thank you, gentlemen, for giving me the reminder that you cannot trust the CCP. I've been doing a little bit of extra research, and I've truly begun to love geopolitics. And something that I've noticed is the Chinese Communist Party will send out propagandists, and they'll talk to universities and give lectures. And finally, one actually had a true reporter asking him the tough questions, and this propagandist lied on every single answer. And that's what the Chinese Communist Party does. What they do is they use textbook propaganda, and they will try to push it to make it look like they're the good guys. Oh, don't worry about us deploying a bunch of forces to South China. This is just a typical maneuver. Besides, we have a border dispute with Vietnam. We're just defending what we believe is ours. The reality? No, it's a troop buildup for their eventual attack on Taiwan. Hey y'all, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our new sponsors, Native Path. Created by Dr. Chad out of Austin, Texas, he realized that there was something deeply wrong in this medical community. And instead of focusing on nutrition, they were just focused on serving Big Pharma. So he left and created this new company called Native Path. And what do they do over there? They sell something called collagen. Now, what is collagen? Well, it's not magic fairy dust. It's not this muscle milk. It's not calcium rich. Instead, it is an odorless, flavorless, dissolves completely in water powder that you can mix. And unlike iocane powder, this stuff has massive health benefits. It can help your bones, your joints, your ligaments, your skin, your hair follicles, even your fingernails. This stuff is absolutely packed with the nutrients that we lose so constantly in our modern diet. This stuff is a fantastic supplement, can help you live a healthier life. And if you go to this link down here below, you will find up to 45% off of certain products. That is how much NativePath cares about your health. So go check them out, link in the description below. And now, back to regularly scheduled programming. Oh, no. China doesn't hate the West. We love the West. We love working with you. We love selling you our terrible stuff. When the answer is, we have not forgiven you for making us look bad for 100 years. Because, and it's time for a history lesson, in 3 parts no less. One is from about 1850 to 1950. For roughly 100 years, China refused to adapt to the modern world and basically got slapped around by Great Britain, France, and even Germany, who simply sent a few boats and altogether, I don't think any more than 20,000 men, and completely destroyed monarchies. It was absolutely hilarious, and they have never forgotten that, because the Chinese are a very prideful people, and they have a right to be. They have one of the longest continuous lasting civilizations in the world, but they refuse to adapt because they thought they were the greatest things in sliced bread. They've had gunpowder for a millennia, and basically until about 60 years ago, didn't know how to use it. They used it for fireworks. Europeans took one look at that stuff and went, we can either create great structures and go over mountains, or we can use this to blow up our enemies. I guess that's what free thinking does, because Confucianism doesn't do that. So, history lesson number 2, the Chinese buildup. After the communists won, the nationalists fled to Taiwan, which used to be a part of the Chinese Empire. It was traditionally Chinese. It's the same, I believe, racial makeup. Someone tell me if I'm wrong on that. And so they want to completely unite China under one banner because, again, the Chinese are a very prideful people. And that wounds their pride. The fact that they have one final battle to fight. And they haven't been able to do so. And because their population is collapsing, this is future history, by the way, lesson number 1, they have a population collapse incoming. And it's the same throughout the rest of the world, but at least we get Latinos who share some similar values, particularly the same religion. And so we don't have to worry about too many cultural problems unless you're apparently from Haiti and you love eating our pets. Yes, that's a real thing happening in an Ohio town. That's another topic for another day. And so the Chinese realize that they have a zenith of their power, and they want to achieve that by 2049. And that zenith would require them to take Taiwan, and would require them to have the U.S. bow to them. Neither of those things are going to happen without a huge fight, and my money's on the U.S. military. I can't wait to see the F-22 in real combat. It's something I've been looking forward to ever since I was a kid. I lived near a Lockheed Martin plant, and one of my best friends growing up was obsessed with stealth fighters. And so some of that got imprinted upon me. So, the final history lesson, the Korean War. The North Koreans got the guts and the munitions, I believe, from the Soviet Union to invade the southern peninsula. There was sort of an agreement going on that the communists hold one side, the Republic of Korea, the Democratic Republic of Korea, I can't remember the name, don't quote me on that, please. But the Democratic side of Korea had the southern part of the peninsula. The North invades the South, almost wins. There's a security force that gets holed up in a small pocket of South Korea. And finally, the cavalry arrives. We land in Incheon, I believe, and flawless invasion. We cut off almost all the North Koreans and push them so far back that they're almost all in China. They were on the brink of surrender. And then out of the blue, a volunteer army shows up and pushes the UN forces all the way back to, I believe, the 38th parallel. And then it was just some back and forth, I guess, sending people through the meat grinder sort of battles. And ultimately, nothing was really accomplished in the war. As a matter of fact, the war is technically still going. There has been a ceasefire, but no formal ending. North Korea wants to take over South Korea, but they know deep down that the Chinese Communist Party were directly responsible for it. So when you have someone from Korea telling you that Japan's a problem, believe them. Furthermore, someone from Japan, someone who knows that they might want some revenge for what happened during World War II. Whatever you do not look up what the Japanese did to Nanking, and definitely don't look up Unit 731. What the Japanese Empire did was horrific. And I imagine that as prideful as the Chinese are, particularly the Chinese communists, they'd love to get some revenge. And I believe that's in their mantra and their ideology. So when you have two East Asians telling everyone around them, y'all, the Red Dragon on the other side of the China Seas, the Sea of Japan and the South China Sea, they're going to be a problem. And they've been a problem. They've been a thorn in the U.S.'s side because in order to get ahead technologically, they've had to steal a bunch of our secrets, and this has been a huge problem. Fortunately, we've been able to crack down on that, and the damage isn't really too bad. But I worry that the Chinese Communist Party is going to do something incredibly stupid that will destabilize the entire world. This will have greater ripple effects than the war in Ukraine or the war in Israel. And I believe that an invasion of Taiwan is imminent. I think it's coming. And it terrifies me of what the implications are going to be. This is just... I do not want World War III. And that's why these guys want Trump. Trump is not going to send us through a meat grinder. Trump knows how to cut deals. Trump would rather us negotiate because he's good at making deals. He quite literally had a book, Art of the Deal. He was good with it politically. He was fantastic on foreign policy, and he understands how to work with Xi Jinping. That's something that Kamala really doesn't know how to do. She is not a negotiator. She is someone who takes orders because she has no idea what her actual agency should look like. And the one time she actually had power and authority, she abused it in just a very stupid way. She would keep inmates longer than their sentences and would specifically target certain groups of people and give them harsher sentences for it. This is someone who cannot be in the White House, all right? Trump's not my favorite candidate, I'm going to be honest. But we are in a binary system. We can't have Kamala, all right? It has to be Trump at this point. I do think that there's more chance for world stability with a Trump presidency, and these two gentlemen understand that. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politibrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.